Today I'm going to talk about how to turn off startup apps in Windows 11 and how to improve Windows performance by doing so. A lot of times, a lot of programs will add startup programs that will start up when you boot the machine, and some of them are essential. For example, if you're backing up to the cloud, that app might need to start when you start your machine, so you make sure that you're backing up and syncing everything. But others are not necessary, or they're unnecessary, like a lot of gaming manufacturers or vendors like Steam or Electronic Arts. They add these applications which you can just kind of start on demand. So I'm going to go over that and what apps that are unnecessary and what apps may be essential, and show you how to turn them off and back on again if you need. So now we have to decide if we're going to disable the startup of certain programs. We have to decide what to disable and what to keep. We'll start off with what to disable. You want to disable apps that you don't need at startup. So for instance, Spotify, Zoom, Adobe apps. Don't really need those at startup. You can start them up on demand when you need them. Other things are game launchers like Steam, Epic Games, and Xbox app. Those by default will start up automatically, and a lot of times, if you're not gaming that day, they just kind of get in the way, or they can be annoying. There are also some apps that start up and they remind you of things, or they try to sell you things. And they may be part of a legitimate app, but they can be kind of annoying, and you may want to turn those off. Corel is one company that tends to, when you buy like Corel Draw or Paint Shop Pro or whatever, a lot of times they include this app that will tell you when they're having sales and stuff. And really, it ends up kind of being annoying most of the time, and it's not really that helpful. And then there are some background utilities like printer software and chat apps that you may be able to turn off as well. So what do you want to keep? Well, you want to keep antivirus software. You want that to load up on startup. And you want to keep cloud backup software if you're using it. So those are the type of things that you want to keep, things that you need to be running for a specific purpose, like security or backing up data files. So now we're going to go into how to disable startup apps. And there are two methods. One method is if you go into Task Manager. You can go into Task Manager or open Task Manager by right-clicking on the taskbar at the bottom of the screen and selecting Task Manager, and it will bring it up. And once you're in Task Manager, there's a tab here, it's about the fourth one down, called Startup Apps, and it shows you all of the apps that can start up, and it will tell you if their status, if they're enabled or disabled. I disabled a lot of these already. It also shows you Startup Impact, and Startup Impact is like, it basically tells how it impacts startup. And so when you start up, something with low impact doesn't add that much time to start up. Medium impact impacts at a medium amount, and high impact really slows down startup. So you want to look for high and medium things to disable if you can, but even disable the low ones, because a few low ones will equal a medium or a high one, depending on how much system resources they use. So if you clicked on any of these things here, this is disabled, for example. If we can re-enable it, or we can right-click it and disable it again. So that's how you enable and disable using the Task Manager. The other way is you can go down here and you can go to Settings. So you go to Start in Settings, and you want to go to the Apps tab. So you probably be here when you go in. You go to Apps tab, and you can see at the bottom of it, it says Startup. And if we click on this, it lists all of the apps that want to start up. And so if you want to, here's one that's off. If we want to turn it on, we can turn it on, and we can turn it off. So we can do that to anyone. So you just click on the on off switch and make sure it's off. It also says the impact level under them. So it says high, no impact, medium impact on this as well. So you can use that to kind of judge if you're kind of on the fence about disabling something, like it's kind of nice to have. If it has no or low impact, you may want to leave it on. If it has high impact, it might be worth your while to turn it off. But certainly turn off things that you just don't need, whether they're high, low, or it says no impact, because it's just going to make things run more smoothly.